Hello traders, Gary Wagner with the Silver Forecast. Welcome to our premiere edition. Today's date is March 7th, 2011, and again, this is the Silver Forecast. I am so excited about silver, the market itself, the potential that it has, I believe, to the upside, and of course, the recent moves that we have seen. We are looking at a daily Henkin chart. That is a Japanese average chart in which I have moved back the hands of time, so to speak. And the reason for that is to introduce the silver forecast, we really need to introduce the incredible move that we have seen. This is starting back from 2010. Of course, this is January, this is February, and you can see that from February through the first part of 2010, in terms of the range itself that it had a low just below $14, and it had a high just around $19. But all of that changed, of course, as you know. And as we move into more current history, you can see this big, large breakout that we had. And that, of course, took the market up above $23. It had a high of about 24. And then we saw a small retracement here to another high at about $29 per ounce. And then, of course, this record top that we have currently, in which we have the market trading at $35.99. As you will see as the days progress on the silver forecast, we will be utilizing the same tools: Elliott Wave, candlesticks, Henkin charts. We will be using Fibonacci retracements as well as Fibonacci extensions in order to get a sophisticated technical insight into the market. As I said, we're currently looking at our daily chart. Now, on our daily chart, what I have done here is I've done what's called a basic Fibonacci extension. An extension is like a retracement. The difference is an extension moves up as opposed to a retracement, which you're looking to move down. In other words, your 23, 38, 50, and 61 are going to be extended above the line. Now, in terms of where I have drawn this in terms of target points, I'm using this high here and this low here. The reason that I'm picking it is this is one of the major highs that we had before having a retracement. When we do that, what we find is that in terms of an extension, the 61% extension comes right here at 36.57, just around the high that we hit today. And you can see quite easily that it has backed off of that high. Does that mean that we are in for a retracement here? Well, it's a little bit too early to tell, but it has gotten my ears up, so to speak, because when we get the 61% retracement or extension, that tends to be a very important number, in the same way that 23% is a very, very important number in terms of a retracement. So that's something that we're going to look at very, very closely in the days to come here on the Silver Forecast. Traders, when we convert that Henkin chart back into a candlestick chart, the one thing that is worth noting is the particular candlestick that we have today. It is the same candlestick we're looking at in gold, which I find interesting, and that is a shooting star. Now, a shooting star by itself can be an ominous signal, but of course, to make any kind of sense of it or to actually look at it as a possible retracement in this area, we would need to see confirmation. We certainly don't have that yet. Confirmation would come on the following day. We would have a black candle here, which would have a lower low, and then that would be followed with another candle with a lower low. So before we see something like that, my sentiment is we want to make note of this, but it is not enough information really to act upon. This also is a daily candlestick chart, but in this chart I have drawn what is simply known as an Andrews pitchfork. On the Andrews pitchfork, we simply look at 3 data points. I took the low here, our low here, to our high here, and that will give us our Andrews pitchfork. What I am finding interesting, again, is this indicative of topping action. As I said, I think it's a little bit too early to tell, but it's something that we absolutely need to pay note of, and that is that this last rally in here has pushed significantly up past the 50%, but it's even pushed past the 0, and as you can see, it did trade well above that through the trading range today. But what I am finding interesting is that it is currently right at what I consider to be resistance, which is this upper 0 channel line drawn from the Andrews pitchfork. It's absolutely something we do want to take note of. We are looking at a 44-minute bar chart. And this, of course, is also spot silver. And what I'm finding interesting, the reason for bringing this chart up, is this rounded top that we got as the market came out and absolutely did find some resistance. Now, in terms of our longer-term strategy, I know that some of my subscribers are long silver, some are looking for positions to enter it, and are looking at the market being flat, meaning having no position in the market. I will look to play this market in a very, very similar manner that I have with gold and have had great success. And that is that as long as the fundamental factors indicate a very, very bullish slant, which I believe we have in silver right now, I will look to be buying the dips, and I will be looking to cover at the rallies. We'll be using, as I said, Elliott Wave. I'll introduce our Elliott Wave count over the next couple of days. I don't want to fill it with too much on the very, very first day. We will be using our Henkin charts very aggressively, along with candlestick patterns and Fibonacci retracement and extensions. All of that will be very, very important tools for us. Again, welcome so much to the first edition of the Silver Forecast. I look forward to many, many days of profitable trading with you. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update. Bye-bye.